couple minutes to join me. Hey, welcome to our YouTube channel. We are live on Thursday for our weekly Live at 5 at Mary's Heirloom Seeds. I have my awesome sister Michelle here.
Hello.
She's joining me. This is her garden. So if you've been watching my videos lately, we are live in Michelle's garden today. Again, this is going to be super short and sweet. It is 5 o'clock. If you're just joining me, please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Hey, Morgan. My guest today is my sister Michelle, so thank you for joining us. Again, if you're just joining us, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel. We would love to have you join us for future live videos. So, first and foremost, let's get to some of the awesome. Hey, David, one of our Davids is joining me today. Michelle, you have an awesome garden. I love the peppers and sunflowers.
Thank you.
We were just talking about this giant bell pepper she has over on the other side of her garden it's so big that it's weighing down her plant. All right, so I'm gonna ask my sister a couple questions in a little bit, but before we get started, I wanna share with you a couple of the awesome announcements that I have been hinting at for the last couple weeks, one of which you're gonna have to wait for. But we do have an awesome, a couple announcements. Number one is I have been adding a ton of new tutorials and planting guides at Mary's Heirloom Seeds. You will find that information under Mary's blog at marysheirloomseeds.com. Some of those awesome pictures have been taken by my awesome sister. You'll see some of the pictures in the garden that you may recognize on our website as well. Second of all, I mentioned last week my friend Lisa at the Self-Sufficient Homeacre has written another book. I was fortunate enough this week to pre-order her book. After I'm done with my live video, I will share in the comments section a link to purchase her new book. It's about organic gardening. We were just talking, Michelle and I, about some of the ups and downs that you might have in your garden. So first, Michelle, what is one of the more your favorite things that you've planted in your garden this year?
This year I am enjoying the basil, all the different varieties. I planted about probably 6 different varieties of basil. And flowers, edible flowers, specifically I love to grow this year and put them on all my foods. That's been fun.
Awesome. Nasturtium is probably one of my favorite edible flowers. And David, who's commenting tonight, borage, super easy to grow. I got a private message from David earlier today that his borage is blooming, and they grow in these beautiful little clusters. Morgan says, how tall is that sunflower? Okay, so we're sitting down, so it's not really an accurate description, but
almost 5 feet, probably 4.5 feet.
Almost 5 feet, over 4 feet. They're huge. I will post some pictures on our Facebook page a little later on today. I did take a couple pictures from her garden with some bees buzzing around. And also she has milkweed with some caterpillars on there to make, hopefully very soon, some butterflies. Jake over at Off Kilter Homestead is joining us again tonight. Thank you very much. All right, so we talked about some of your favorite things you planted in the garden, Michelle. What are some of the kind of the struggles that you've had to deal with in your garden this year?
So this year I've been fighting the rodents, definitely the squirrels and everything trying to eat my stuff I plant. And corn, for some reason, seems to be a tricky thing for me to grow, especially because they like to dig up the seeds that I plant. And then I just don't get a lot of corn ears.
Okay. And we did talk about last week. That was part of the reason Michelle was having some struggles in her garden. That was part of the reason I discussed last week the different types of pest control that we use in the garden. The different, I mean, we've got sprays, we've got traps, we've got cages, and we have these cool little covers that we put on the plants last week as well that look like it might be helping your peppers from...
Definitely, yeah. The little nets are helping. I never use anything toxic, by the way. No poisons or anything like that.
Yeah, the net seems to really help. I'll share that picture with you guys later on. So Okay, so a couple questions that we had this week on our website, on Facebook, all that good stuff. First of all, sorry about that, guys. I missed some of your comments. So I'm going to see here. Animals, yeah. David says it's got 3 clusters, about 10 to 15 buds. Awesome. Hey, Peter, thanks for joining us. Ooh, and our other David at Patriots Rabbitry, thanks for joining us as well. Yes, Morgan says cats. Michelle has dogs and cats. And kids, not that they're pests, but they do get in the garden sometimes too, running around and through them. Hey, Jane, thanks for joining us. So one of the questions we had this week was about the different plants to grow in the different areas. Off Kilter Homestead, I found finding a bored retired guy with 22 helps keep them out. That's definitely an option. Or if you've got traps or whatever else works as well. But yeah, so 22 will work depending on what you're looking for. So the question was, what do you plant in certain areas, certain zones? So specifically Southern California. Mary's Heirloom Seeds is located in Ramona, California. My sister is located in Southern California as well. So what do we plant and how do we decide what to plant? So I answer this question quite often. At marysheirloomseeds.com, we have a planting guide. It's our comprehensive planting guide, and in the description section of this video, when I'm done, I will share the link to that as well. It also includes not just when to plant, but what to plant. It also includes heat tolerant varieties, because like Michelle said the other day, it's supposed to be how hot here?
Like 95 next week.
That's a little hot. One of our Davids at Patriot Rabbitry, you're in Florida. Jake over at Off Kilter Homestead, you guys are in Florida. You know it gets hot. The difference here is we are a dry heat, and in Florida you've got humidity. So again, you want to choose varieties that grow really well for you. If you guys have any more questions, you're welcome to give me a comment below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yeah, David said, yes, very hot. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that like button for us today. Okay, so last but not least, I told you it's going to be short and sweet. It's a little warm out here, and I am currently, Jane says, oh boy, 113 here in Carlsbad, New Mexico. And you're also in the southern part of the U.S., so it's probably pretty dry there in New Mexico as well. Unless it's monsoon season and then it's really rainy, right? So Catherine over at Little Bits of Heaven Homestead, she's in New Mexico as well. And I know you've got a monsoon season, and then, hey Shirley, thanks for joining us. You got monsoon season, you got heat, you got snow. So it really just depends on where you are. All right, so I'm gonna finish up here. Again, I told you, short and sweet today. We have one huge, major mega announcement that I have been talking about the last couple weeks, but I'm not ready to share yet. I am hoping, fingers crossed, we have a definitive answer for you tomorrow. So I may be live here. I think it's a little dark, so forgive me if it's a little wonky on your end. We're out in the garden, and nature takes over, so she gets to decide what happens out here in the garden. Okay, so big announcement. Holy cow, this is a big announcement, but I can't tell you yet. So on that note, I'm just gonna throw a little teaser out there at ya. It's a big deal. That's it. That's all you get. You're gonna have to join me on my next live video, which fingers crossed will be tomorrow. Check out our Facebook page. I will have more information there tomorrow as well. If you haven't already, sign up for our email list. If you miss our YouTube videos, you will get all this information in an email. It's super easy. You can open it anytime you want to. You don't have to sit in front of the computer and watch a video. You can get it on your phone, through your email, whatever you want to do, in the comfort of your comfiest chair and your jammies if you want to. All right, so I
do have one more thing for you guys.
Sure.
Under this tall sunflowers, I like to put my lettuce, and when it's hot, and they stay in the shade of the sunflowers, and that seems to help a lot. They're doing really well even in the heat. So there's a
Little tip. Ha! See that? Tips from Michelle here tonight. All right, guys. I appreciate it, guys and girls, rabbitry friends, homesteader friends. Thank you so much for joining me on this Thursday evening. If you haven't already, like I said, subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that like button on our video, and we will see you hopefully tomorrow for our, fingers crossed, super exciting announcement. I'll chat with you guys later. Thanks and happy planting.
Bye.